All right. Well, welcome back to Numerical Analysis, everyone. Um, I'm broadcasting here from my home office, and I wanted to make a short little video just to let you know how we're going to go forward as far as submitting assignments and things like that, and also how I plan to post videos that take us further into the new material that we'll be doing for the rest of the semester. What I've basically done is taken our Canvas site here and I have allowed for online submission of assignments. So if you go to our assignment page, for instance, and look at the ones that are on deck, and there's three. Homework 16 was one that I had actually posted before we left for spring break, and then 17 is one on numerical quadrature, which is material we covered before the break. And I've also got one out there that is going to help get us into our new material on ordinary differential equations. So if you pop one of those open, what you'll see is up in the right hand corner a submit button. And if you click that, it's going to ask you to upload a file. And so this is how you'll submit assignments. You'll be uploading files into Canvas. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to test how this works completely, we may run into some problems here. And I wanted to make a couple of comments on just how we could avoid some of those problems. So one thing that could happen, of course, is that I'll need to know which file is associated with which student. And my guess is that Canvas takes care of that. But just to make sure, you might want to rename your files with your last name before you upload them. So for instance, if I was submitting homework 16, I would rename it as something like, Pendergrass / homework 16. Another thing that we'll have to think about is multiple files for a single assignment. I mean, the preferable thing would be that if you write your homework out as you've done in the past, and then you scan it in and into a single PDF document, so that even if there's multiple pages in your write-up, which there probably will be, it comes to me as a single PDF file. That's certainly possible, and there's software out there that allows you to do that. In fact, the control software for my HP printer I have here at home allows you to do that really easily. But not everybody may be familiar with that or may have those resources. So if you have to submit, for instance, maybe the worst case, the fallback position would be simply take a picture of each page of your assignment with your phone and upload those. But in that case, I would need to know not only whose assignment it was and which assignment it was, but I need to know which page each file corresponded to. So in that case, you would want to do something like, if you're uploading homework 16, there would be a Pendergrass homework 16 page 1 file, and then a Pendergrass homework 16 page 2 file, and so on. So those are just some of the issues that we'll have to think about as we go forward. Again, I want to be flexible here and not impose too many restrictions that have you scrambling to find software and so on. So do the upload as well as you can, and we'll see how it works. And if we have to make changes, we will. I also wanted to say a word about the due dates that I'm looking at coming forward. For homework 16 here, you see I've made the due date Monday, but at 11 p.m. Just didn't make much sense to have the things due at the beginning of class since we're not meeting class. But beyond that, I'm going to change the schedule that we use here as well. So let me get back to the home page. rather than you handing in things just once a week, I'm going to ask you to hand in things 3 times a week. So the next homework that's on deck, homework 17 here, is due Wednesday at 11 p.m. And homework 17 goes over some of again, over material we did before the break. It's over numerical quadrature, so the trapezoid rule, midpoint rule, and Simpson's rule. And I'd like that one submitted by Wednesday at 7. I mean, at 11 again. Um, so you should have everything in your notes that you need for this. We did an example very similar to this. I'm just asking you to use those 3 quadrature rules to estimate an integral here. And we've done examples in class that follow this pretty closely. So that should be reasonably well in hand for you. And then homework 18, which will be over material that is new for us. It's over initial value problems, which are part of ODEs. Homework 18 I've made due on Friday, and that's again at 11 p.m. So our submission schedule will be 3 times a week rather than once a week, but it'll be the same amount of work per week because each day, each of those 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that you submit things, it'll only be one homework assignment that you're submitting. So that's kind of the way that I'd like to do things going forward. And again, we'll see how it works and make adjustments as necessary. So yeah, that's about it. I'll be following this up very shortly with a video in which we start talking about ordinary differential equations. That's a fascinating topic. I think you're going to enjoy it. We'll see a lot of things kind of come together that we've talked about in this class, and we'll be using stuff that we've talked about in other classes. I know some of you have had ODEs, in fact had it last semester with Professor Strayer, while others haven't had it at all. And that's fine. The approach we take here in this class is going to be very different from the approach you would see in a typical first course in ordinary differential equations. So we're going to start from very basics, and so not having had an ODE course won't be any handicap at all. And again, I think you'll find this a fascinating part of the course. So if you have questions going forward, as always, feel free to email me at my Hampton, Sydney address. And take care, stay well, and I will see you soon. Bye now.